Hey there! Chronic fatigue, trouble focusing, restless nights, memory slips, emotional burnout. Sound familiar? It's easy to confuse burnout with something deeper, like depression. And honestly, a lot of people do. But mistaking one for the other can slow your healing. So let's take a moment to understand the difference. Not to self-diagnose, but to better understand ourselves and maybe help someone else too. Let's break it down. 1. Depression is a diagnosable mental disorder. Burnout isn't, at least not officially. Burnout is serious, but it's not officially considered a mental illness. Depression is. Psychologists use something called the 4 Ds to diagnose a mental disorder: deviance, dysfunction, distress, and danger. Burnout can definitely cause distress and affect your functioning, but it usually shows up in 3 core ways: exhaustion, cynicism, and a drop in performance. Depression runs deeper. It includes a wider range of symptoms, and to be diagnosed, you need to experience at least 5 of those symptoms for at least 2 weeks. 2. Burnout is usually specific. Depression is more general. Sometimes when we're burned out, a vacation helps. A talk with a friend helps. But depression, it doesn't fade just because the stressor goes away. Burnout is often tied to work or studies. Depression shows up everywhere. In your social life, your downtime, your hobbies, your relationships, it's like a fog that doesn't lift. 3. Burnout usually has a clear cause. Depression doesn't always. Burnout tends to follow high-pressure situations, like exam season, tight deadlines, or long work hours. With depression, though, there isn't always a why. It can sneak in even when everything seems fine, and that's what makes it so difficult to spot and to understand. 4. Depression affects your self-worth. Burnout doesn't, at least not as much. Here's a key difference: self-esteem. When you're burned out, you might feel tired or unmotivated, but deep down you still believe you're capable. With depression, people often feel worthless, like nothing they do matters, like they don't matter, and that hits different. 5. Burnout can make you feel numb. That's called depersonalization. If you've ever felt like you're on autopilot, like you're not even you anymore, that could be depersonalization. It happens when burnout pushes you too far, for too long. You stop treating yourself like a human being with limits and start treating yourself like a machine. Eventually, you just disconnect. You go through the motions, but you're not really there. 6. Burnout follows a pattern. Depression doesn't. Burnout tends to build up over time. It starts with the honeymoon phase, then stress creeps in, then chronic stress, then full burnout, and finally, habitual burnout. With depression, there's no clear timeline. Some people have one episode, then go years feeling okay. Others live with it for what feels like forever, up and down, better and worse, without warning. 7. Burnout is usually easier to treat. This one's important. Because burnout isn't a clinical disorder, it can often be eased with intentional lifestyle changes. Better sleep, more rest, clearer boundaries, time off, self-care. And with the right support, you can start to feel better in a matter of weeks. Depression, on the other hand, often needs more: therapy, medication, behavioral work, and a long-term support system. It takes time, it takes patience, and it's okay if it's not a quick fix. If any of this felt familiar, take a breath. You're not alone, and there's a path forward no matter where you are right now. If this helped bring a little clarity, maybe share it with someone who could use it too. If this resonated, check out our previous videos. One on dopamine detox and another on that constant feeling of never being good enough. Both go even deeper, and they're worth the watch.